So this isn't a very detailed guide, it's a lightly annotated walkthrough for others to reference. Don't attempt this if you don't already know what IC, IST, or WMC is. You can ruin your file if you don't already know what you're doing. This video addresses a few mistakes you can make, but does not address most and or other major pitfalls some could run into. I was talking to Duende during this, but my voice audio didn't get recorded, so it's gonna sound like he's talking to someone for a few parts during this video. The goal in this video is to corrupt 3 materials into 999 stacks in one go, and then chain everything together so that you can reuse your offset.
Okay, so you've got your item set up. Right, so you've got you need to have the last weapon equipped, and then you might have a few too many in the item slots, and the reason for that is they need to shift over to the right, so you need 3 gaps. You just need space. Yeah. So now there's space for 3 more to be added, and then you have to. So then you just want the last one equipped, the far right one. Right. So that last one, then your bow, that you only have 1 of, then your shield that you only have 1 of, and then the first 3 materials would be the targets. Yeah. So in this example, you want to shift what pumpkin, horn, and salmon to the beginning of your list, right? And then so you need 6 offset, I think. You should show your key items too. Yeah. 4, 5, 6. Yes. So 6 slots, and then you can move to the next one. Okay, so now you've got 6 slots. That should copy those last 3 items we saw. Do you want to just show them one more time? So we should see pumpkin, horn, and salmon at the beginning of your material list after you reload this next file. Right. You could also just, you can reload the other one after you drop and pick up those items as well. Oh, they're already at the end of the list. So I guess you just reload the correct file. Okay, so at this point you're okay to pause it. Right, so we're going to need to generate a new autosave once we get everything configured, but you can see your 3 items have been cloned to the beginning of the list. So now the goal is to get an autosave, where wherever you can. What's going on there? Still nothing. Oh, there you go! Okay, Yahtzee. Alright, so now let's just review your inventory before we go on to the next step. So you've got your 3 items there that you want to corrupt, and then the next 3 items to the left of them are all equipped, right? Okay, so at this point, I think you drop all your materials. Is your equipment still in the same configuration? You can check. Okay. Yeah, then you can use that one. You'll be able to use that one for the next step. So, Gent is also going to drop the 3 items he's attempting to corrupt here. We want everything out. We need everything out. And you'll also notice there's no food in this inventory. So, and then we want the next 3 items to all be weapons. So we have to drop a bow, a shield, and then we want to de-equip the weapon that's currently equipped. This is very important. Okay, so now I think you just load the previous file. So what this did is it copied the rightmost 3 weapons because we had 6 offset. They get copied into this file. We cannot check that, however, because that would potentially sync our inventories. So you have to take my word for this. It has copied them in. Yeah. Yes, do not resync. This is now, it's not corrupted yet. right? What it has done is it's copied the 3 weapons in and shifted everything over. So what we can do is just run somewhere and create an autosave after we wait a little bit to let the game allow it. Throw the weapon. Okay, now, at this point, the autosave has happened, the corruption has occurred. So you can freely pause your game to check what has happened to it. Now, what has not happened is the corruption has not applied to this file yet. But you can see, like we mentioned earlier, 3 items have shifted in and pushed the inventory over. And it was important before that there were 3 slots available for this push to happen. So all the equipped items are now 3 slots to the right. And that would make them align with the beginning of your materials inventory. So if you go and look at that, go to your materials, you'll see these aren't corrupted yet. That's because the visible inventory hasn't been affected. But the save file we just made had the corruption applied to it. So all we have to do now is load that file. But actually, before you do that, go to the end of your inventory here. Remember, we're still transferring 3 items, so we want to drop these, or else they will prevent the corrupted items from appearing. Right, so now you'll be transferring over the next 3 items, and you'll be ready for the next chain. Right, so let's take a look at what items will get copied, and then we'll do the load and see everything happen all at once. Alright, so expect to see butter, sugar, and Goron spice show up at the left of the materials tab. And, correct. Yes, that's the goal. So let's take a look. If you forget to drop those and load in and you're like, no, my items didn't get corrupted, all you have to do is load again. It'll just, or like drop the items and then load. It'll fix the problem. You can recover from some mistakes. It's safe to pause, so you can check. So your weapons are back to normal. And, so that one had 8 durability on it. Whatever your third to last weapon is, you might want to replace with a higher durability weapon. But they did corrupt. So what was the... Yeah, and then you can see it swapped in 3 new items. I wonder which one that was. It did successfully corrupt the items. The 2 items, the salmon and the horns, those were corrupted with a weapon and bow... Sorry, a bow and a shield, respectively, that had more than 10 durability, 10 or more. The pumpkin was corrupted by the weapon, and that one apparently only had... The one you want. Oh. Right, so if we wanted to chain this, all you have to do now is get a new autosave. With all the stuff in the correct position, and then repeat the steps from selling all the items. No, now that you've got the autosave, right, what you want to do is drop all your materials again, drop and sell stuff, and then get down to just the like just to the point where you're transferring in the rightmost 3 weapons, and it'll do the thing. And now you got to drop your shield and your bow. And you have to, again, unequip your weapon. It's fine to have extra weapons in here. So, again, those 3 weapons will get copied over, shifting everything. But you have to make sure not to pause after you reload. Alright, so remember, don't pause. Just chill here for a few seconds. You know, we don't always have to be running somewhere. Sometimes we just want to stand. Yes, do not pause. Resist the urge to check your inventory. It's fine. You just have to be confident. Alright, now it's safe to pause. It's totally fine to pause now. So you can see everything shifted over into the correct position. The sword ended up at the end. It's still equipped. Everything's still equipped. Right? So before you load, though, the important thing now is, again, you need to drop this stuff that just got corrupted so that when you load, it's not copied in first. You want that stuff to be omitted. Basically, you want to get rid of, at the end of the list, yeah, you want to get rid of those 3. 4. Sorry, that one, not the Goron spice, the sugar. That's fine, don't worry about that. You just don't want them at the end. And, yeah, the butter, too, I think the butter is the 3rd item. So now that those are gone, it'll transfer in the next set of 3, and you can continue chaining, if you wanted. You can get that Goron spice anyway. And so it should have recorrupted and copied the next items in. Yep, and your pumpkins are fixed, so now you know those weapons are good. Yep. You would have had 6 if we hadn't messed up that person. But you can see this is basically chainable ad nauseum. It doesn't matter how many materials you have, you can keep cycling them. fill up your whole inventory. And then the trick is, later, getting these out of your inventory to your main file.
The process of transferring your corrupted materials over to your main save is a pretty easy and straightforward process. Just offset by the number of target materials plus key items, drop all your materials, then load the save that you want to transfer to. We have 9 materials and 3 key items, so we need to create an offset of 12 slots. Once you've created your offset, drop all of your materials except for the ones that you want to transfer over. After you've finished clearing out your inventory, double check your target item count to make sure you've created enough offset slots to transfer everything over. Next, just load the save you want to transfer to. So you'll see here, as we begin to load into the main menu, our inventory slots start to get deleted, but our offset slots stay in the game's memory. They don't go away. As we load into master mode now, the game will start rebuilding our inventory. Everything is rebuilt like normal until we hit the materials tab. Since we have 13 offset slots and 9 of them are materials, it'll take those 9 materials from the previous save and insert them into the materials tab. The materials that were previously in those slots were pushed over. Don't worry, they were not deleted and you did not lose anything. Once the key items start rebuilding, those get put into their normal spots and nothing gets duplicated. Just as a quick side note, not all key items are safe to transfer in between saves, so make sure you transfer as little key items as possible in between saves. Once you've finished loading in, you can find your newly transferred items on the first page of your Materials tab. To keep these items in your inventory, just pause, unpause, pause again, save, then you can close the game and clear your offset and you're good to go.